Alright y'all, welcome back to my channel. We're going to be doing another declutter video. I haven't done one of these in a very long time, and I have a lot to go through. I got quite a few drawers. I need to make some space, so without further ado, let's dive right in. Alright everyone, let's go ahead and dive into this declutter. One brief disclaimer before I start. I do have a ton of makeup. I recognize that. I am not trying to brag. I am trying to just go through my collection and get things out that need to leave, that are too old, expired, or that I just don't use anymore. I will be donating or having my friends come over and shop my stash a little bit and finding these products as good of a home as I can. Let's just go ahead and move on to the fun part, which is going through all of this. Let's start with drawer number one. This one is a fun one for pretty much everyone. This is my highlighter drawer, and basically it's kind of turned into anything glowy goes in here if it's not a blush or a contour. If the sole purpose of it is for glow, it goes in here. First up, I'm just gonna start grabbing. This one is from Fenty Beauty. This is the Fire Crystal and Lightning Dust, and it is absolutely beautiful. Very lightly used, but it's also my newest Fenty highlighter, and I really, really enjoy both of these formulas. I'm going to keep it. Next up, we have a Tom Ford highlighter here. This one I got on a discount, and I honestly can say I do not love it. So I think it's time to part with this. If one of my friends wants it, they can have it. It is so subtle. This one I will swatch for you. See how it is glowy? But when you start putting it on the skin, well, no, I almost talked myself into keeping this. It looks much better on camera than it does in person. I have put so much of this on before and it has done pretty much nothing. It looks like a beautiful subtle glow here, but I have highlighters that can achieve that for a much cheaper price tag. So I'm gonna actually pass this along to someone who really, really wants it and will enjoy it. But yeah, beautiful packaging, but please don't pay this much for it. This is a Radiant Perfecting Powder. I'm assuming it's a highlighter, but because it's way too glowy to be a setting powder for me. So yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of this. Next up, we have the Cookie highlighter, which if you've seen my short, I also have the dupe to this that is $10. I really like this highlighter a lot. I think it's beautiful. A nice pink undertone highlighter that looks absolutely beautiful and frosty on my skin. Not too warm, not too cool, but just a great glow, a lot of product. I really like this and I'm gonna keep it. Now that I was talking about the dupe, I will just go ahead and talk about it. So I technically have two. This one is probably the most close dupe to Cookie. I'm not going to swatch it. I do have a short on my channel about this, so you can definitely go look it up if you want to, but you get a ton of product in here. This is the Sungasm Highlight from Catrice. It's a face and body highlighter. You get so much product in here, and I love this formula so much. Definitely give this a shot. It's, I think, $10, so it's definitely worth a try. I'm gonna keep this because I get a lot of use out of it, especially in the summertime. And then another one from Catrice is basically the same color as Cookie. Again, this is the More Than Glow highlighter in Supreme Rose Beam. Again, pretty much identical to Cookie, that pinky, almost champagne glow. I like both of them. I technically don't need both. But I really like this highlighter, but I don't think I need both. This is from Fenty Beauty. I try not to have it shine in your face, but this is how much I've used it. It's actually made like a swirly imprint in here. I use this a lot. It is straight up glitter in the most beautiful wet way, and I love it. It's more like a sophisticated glitter. That's the best way to describe it. This is How Many Carats from Fenty Beauty. The Diamond Bomb. Love it. Love it for travel. This one is a toss-up. I don't know if it still exists in the world anymore or if it's discontinued. This is the Flex highlighter from Milk Makeup. I really enjoy this formula, but if it's not available still, I have a ton of highlighters that I get a lot of use out of. So I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile for now, but I'm thinking declutter. All right, I have 3 ColourPop Super Shock highlighters. I do not need all 3. I don't touch all 3, so I think I can declutter some. The Flexitarian is absolutely beautiful, but I've used it so much that I'm pretty sure it's broken. Yeah, so I've used it so much that it actually broke and I had to repress it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to Flexitarian. These are so affordable that if I do end up missing it in my collection, I won't feel as bad about replacing it, but it is just in rough shape and it's pretty old. So yeah, goodbye to that one. This one I might have to swatch because I forget what I think about it. Ooh. Okay, so here's the first one. This is shade Smoke and Whistles. Yeah, that one might be a good one. Sorry I'm doing this behind the scenes, but I do not have a ton of room. This one in Seismic I got on sale, and it's also so pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Seismic is more like straight up glitter than the other one, and I think I might want to keep the less glittery one. I don't know. I feel like this one would be really pretty on the eyes though. I use it in my inner corner a lot. You know what? I've already decluttered one. I'm gonna keep two so far. I'm definitely gonna keep Seismic, which is the super glittery one, and jury's still out on this one. I think that goes really well with my skin tone. That's why I'm hesitant to get rid of it. This is Smoke and Whistles, and that's this one. So it's definitely more on the subtle-ish side, but still really glowy. I'm gonna go ahead and keep both. This one, I spent way too much money on to declutter. I actually do like it a lot. It's just not my favorite highlighter formula ever. I don't think this would honestly be on the list to declutter, to be honest. Like, I have so many more highlighters that I dip into more than this, but I spent so much money on it that I feel like I still need to get some more use out of it. This one right here, this peach toned one, I get the most use out of. If all of these highlighters were in this formula, this palette would be one of my everyday palettes, but the top two are just more like, I don't know, they're glittery, but not in like a wet, sophisticated way. They're not as pigmented as this one. This one is just like a wet shine and it's beautiful, and I don't get as much use out of the other shade, so I'm gonna keep it to get more use out of it simply because I spent so much money. This one is a keep. This was MAC Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish. Super pretty embossing, beautiful shade. It looks absolutely gorgeous on the skin. Gonna keep. All right, my declutter pile is not looking so good right now, so we're gonna really need to be harsh. I think that means that I am going to get rid of the smaller Catrice highlight and keep the bigger one. Yeah, I need to do better. Okay, this one's definitely a keep. This is the Pillow Talk Multi Glow highlighter from Charlotte Tilbury. It has a few different shades in here that are gorgeous. I use this as more of like a glowy blush and these two as highlights. I mix the two together or use the one on the far left. Absolutely gorgeous packaging. This is so good. The formula is amazing and just looks so effortless on the skin, and I feel like you can't add too much with this formula. It always looks really good, so I'm gonna keep it. Trophy Wife has been one that I have held on to for so long now, and I told myself I would use it as an eyeshadow, and I barely ever use it, so I think it's time to declutter. But can we just? I mean, it's gorgeous. It is not for a lack of beauty. It is so sparkly and gorgeous. Looks amazing on the skin. For someone with a deeper skin tone, this would be an amazing highlighter, but for me, it is too deep for my skin tone, and I would need to use it on my eyes, and I just don't ever reach for it for that purpose. So a friend of mine is going to be getting this beautiful highlighter. This one I can go ahead and declutter. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I have used it. I like the formula. It's just not my favorite, and it's more of a glowy blush than a highlighter on me. Yeah, it's more on the pinky side. I'm definitely okay with parting with it, so I don't know why it's not focusing, but we're going to declutter. We're not going to talk about the conflict with Jaclyn Hill right now, but as far as this highlighter goes, this is in shade Iced. I got this from Ulta. It is their mini, and it's pretty, but it did not blow me away, and I really don't like this packaging. It's too bulky, so I'm going to declutter. This one is never leaving my collection. It is one of my favorite highlighters of all time. This is the Natasha Denona Super Glow. I can't say anything else about this. I've raved about this in almost every declutter that I do. This is shade Fair. If you can get it, especially if they have a sale on their website, get it. Just get it. So that's keep. This one, Ooh, this one is hard because it's an indie brand, but I never really use it. This is the Diamond Glow Highlighter from Kaima Cosmetics in the shade number 1. I forget what the actual shade name is, but it looks like the Diamond Balm, but just more pigmented. And it's a little too icy for my skin sometimes, and because I'm going for more natural makeup right now. Oh, but that's so pretty though. It really is gorgeous. You know what? I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna give it some more love. It really is pretty, and especially on the eyes, it looks great. So I'm just gonna keep it for a little longer. I really like supporting indie brands, and I just don't feel like I can part with it just yet. Oh, I forgot I did have another ColourPop one. This one is Maleficent Villains. I want to keep it for the packaging so bad, but I never actually dive into it, and it is broken. I have repressed it a few times. Gorgeous shade. I guess I can go ahead and swatch it for you, but do I want to keep it? It almost leaves a cast on my skin, so maybe I shouldn't. Yeah. I was keeping this because I really did like the shade and the packaging, and I love Maleficent, but I think it is time to part with this. It is getting older as well, so Mistress of All Evil, goodbye. Give Me Glow Cosmetics. I love this new packaging for the highlighters. I do have one in the old packaging that I will show you. This is You Want a Peach of Me Face and Body Highlighter. So pretty. If you want a pigmented highlighter, oh my gosh, I barely just tapped in there. And wow, it's blinding. It is so pretty and sparkly. These are sparkly. So if you don't like glitter, you might not like this one, but it's not like super in your face glitter particles, but it does have some glitter in there. This is 100% keep. This is the Give Me Glow highlighter in Sunset. What is it? Late Night Coastin'. I forgot. But look how used this highlighter is. I use this on my inner corner every day, so I'm keeping it. I wish I had the other packaging, but absolutely gorgeous and never leaving my collection. All right, again, I'm falling behind here. I am keeping more than I am decluttering, and that's not how it should be. Okay, but another keep. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Face Architect Highlighter in Moonlit Glow. That is a long-winded title, but I absolutely love this highlighter. This is like the Natasha Denona Super Glow for me. It just, if I want an amazing highlighter that's super effortless and gorgeous, this is what I'm reaching for. Those two are so amazing. I'm keeping this. This one I can declutter. This is from Bobbi Brown. I believe I got this at TJ Maxx, but it's a little too dark for my skin tone. I tried to get as much use out of it as I could. It's time to go. So, declutter. Ooh, this one's hard. This is the Revlon Skin Lights. I used this so much. This is Daybreak Glimmer. It is the dupe for the Emrezi. See how big of a dip I have in here? I feel like I have to keep it. It's one of my most used highlights, but it has seen better days, and it's not wanting to focus. I'm so sorry. But yeah. Oh, dang it. No. I can declutter it. If I miss it, I can get me a new one, okay? If I miss it. But I haven't touched this in a while. I just have other highlighters in my collection that I love. Ugh. But it's so good. No, I gotta get rid of it. So declutter. This one I've been keeping around a lot too, and I love it. I love the formula, but it's just not something I reach into very often anymore. This is Cotton Candy by Steve Laurent. I got this in a BoxyCharm, one of my favorite items I ever got. So gorgeous. It has a nice jelly texture to it, very similar to the ColourPop Super Shocks. So this is going to be decluttered because I am keeping those ColourPop ones. Okay, we're doing better. This one, ooh. This is such a good highlighter, but I haven't touched it in forever. This is the Born to Glow from NYX in Platinum Status and Diamond Chains. You get one without glitter and one with glitter. So I think I am going to keep this. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. Ooh, this is Highlight 01 from Laura Mercier. Very bulky packaging, but it's almost like an ambient powder from Hourglass. It's not like so in your face with sparkle. So I don't use it as a highlighter, kind of. I use it as like a glowy finishing powder. So maybe I should just move it into a different drawer. That's what I probably should do. Ofra March Beauty Word highlighter. I love my girl Samantha. Beautiful highlighter. I don't reach into it often, but I feel like I can't part with it. I don't know, like, I really like it, but if it wasn't associated with Samantha, I don't know if I would keep it. Damn. I think it's time to go. I just don't reach for it anymore. Dang it. Dang it. I'll put it with my other influencer makeup for now, and it's probably gonna go. I'm sorry. I love Samantha. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't reach for it. Highlighter palettes. This one was sent to me in PR. This is from Pop Beauty, which is Pixie's sister brand, I believe. They're owned by the same company, at least. This one I barely touched, but to be honest, like, big highlighter palettes like this are not my thing. It actually has a beautiful formula. The Pixie ones also have a great formula. The formula is not the problem. It's the fact that it is a big highlighter palette and I can only use one of the shades. So these ones are a little too deep for my skin tone. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this off to a friend who can use all the shades. So, Declutter. This one I got in PR and I am keeping. I love how versatile this is, and if I ever do someone's makeup, I take this along with me because I have all skin tones in one, and I have blushes and highlighters for anyone. I love this palette, and it's a collaboration with Makeup by Denise. Love supporting other creators, so this one is going to be a keep. If you haven't tried the Pixie highlighter formula, I would highly recommend. Oh my gosh, this was my first palette and it got me into YouTube and makeup, so it has such a special place in my heart, but I haven't touched it in so long. I kind of want to keep it just for sentimental reasons, but like on a shrine or something, what would I do with it? I think it's time to declutter. Oh, goodbye, old friend. I'm gonna get these out, and don't mind my hair being in the drawer, it's fine. I'll clean them out. All right, now we're getting into the liquid highlighters. So we have the Rare Beauty one. I absolutely love this formula. It is not super intense in your face, but you can build it, and it gives you such a natural dewy look. Really enjoy this. This does not break out my skin, so I think it's a win. So that is a keep. Elf, really enjoy this under makeup or under my foundation. Why is this not wanting to focus? There we go. This one is great underneath foundation, so I'm going to keep. I use this as a primer every single day. I've bought 4 or 5 of them now, and I'm going to need to repurchase one, so I'm probably going to get the big one. I just really like this for travel because I keep one in my makeup bag everywhere I go. This is the Say Beauty Super Glow Gel in Star Glow. 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10 recommend. Get this if you haven't tried it and you like a nice moisturizing glowy primer. It's great. This is the Fenty liquid highlighter. I was not as much of a fan of this one, to be honest. It was not a lot of glow. Like, it looks like glow when you put it on your hand, but it kind of dissipates when you actually start putting foundation and things on it. It just gives your skin like a nice wet look, which is nice, but as far as a standalone highlighter goes, I'm not really a fan. As a glowy primer, it is better, so maybe I will keep for that purpose, but I would not say that I would recommend this as a highlighter, but I'm going to try it as a glowy primer because I can definitely get use out of it that way, but see how it already kind of lost the glow? It's not like the other highlighters. It is just a moisturizing, glowy thing underneath foundation. This one I love. I got this in PR from Merit Beauty, and this is such a gorgeous, like, this is a natural glow, but like, see, you can see that. Like, if I put that on my face, you're gonna see it. It's natural and sparkly, but not too much, and it just gives your skin a healthy glow. Look at my hand. That is so pretty. I love that it's in a stick form. It does not lift my foundation, but I do apply it to my hand first, usually just because that's how I prefer to apply it, but I also have put it directly on my cheeks, and I haven't had a problem with it lifting. If it does start lifting, just warm it up first and then use it, and it usually fixes the problem, but that is a risk with these kind of stick products. I have not experienced that, but just be on the lookout. I would highly recommend this. I think this is a clean brand at Sephora, and so good. This is the mini Charlotte Tilbury, what is this? The Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm gonna be honest, I don't use it very much. I'm glad I got the mini and not the big one, because now that I have the e.l.f., I feel like that satisfies that need. I will say that I do like the Charlotte Tilbury just a hair more than the e.l.f., but because it's a product that I don't use every single day, I'm gonna opt for the less expensive one. So this one is going to be a declutter. This one is relatively new in my collection, and it is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand. They were definitely trying to dupe Charlotte Tilbury here. It is a really pretty glow, and I like mixing it with other liquid blushes, but on its own, it's not something that I reach for 100% of the time. As far as the wands from e.l.f. go, this is not my favorite one. This is probably my least favorite, but I think it still warrants a keep, so I'm gonna keep it. This one is 1000% a keep. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand in the shade Spotlight. Yeah, in the shade Spotlight. When I run out of this, I'm keeping it. This is like my event makeup highlighter. It's just effortless, beautiful, blinding, gorgeous, glowy. I feel like a movie star highlight. So, keeping. I am going to get rid of the 4-in-1 protector from Maybelline. I never use this. I don't think it really does what it's supposed to. It says it can be 4-in-1. I like the e.l.f. better, and this doesn't act like a foundation or a tinted moisturizer or glowy like highlighter, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. I'm sorry, Maybelline, but this was not for me. And I'm also gonna declutter this one from Tarte. I never use it. I used to use it as a highlighter, and I found other highlighters that I just use more. This is the Glow Wand from Tarte, and it has a little sponge at the end that I never use. It's time to go. Another declutter. This is from, it's really hard to see. This is a dewy highlighter from Ciate London. I got this in a BoxyCharm. It was not my favorite. Let's just leave it at that. Not my favorite formula. Pretty shade, but time to go. Another beauty wand from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the shade Pillow Talk, and it almost could be a blush. It's kind of hard for me to decide if I want to keep it in the blush or the highlighter drawer, but because it is more of a highlight and not a blush, it has a slight pinky tinge to it, so I keep it in here. But I use this a lot. I will say Spotlight is the one I use more, but I'm going to be keeping this one as well. Same beautiful formula. All right, one drawer completely empty. Next one is blush, and I have a ton in here, so I'm gonna try to go a lot faster than I did with highlighters. If you want any more information about any of these blushes, any more in depth, please let me know, but I'm gonna try to do this in a very speedy way. Highlighters are my favorite thing to talk about, so I don't know why I thought I could go through that really fast, but we're gonna try to speed walk through this. All right, let's go. Number one is a keep. This is Makeup by Mario. This is in the shade Dusty Rose. Gorgeous neutral shade. Works for me, works for a lot of skin tones. I like to keep this if I do makeup on people, especially for events, and myself, because it is so long lasting. Really, really enjoy this formula. I don't really care about this little brush thing at the end. It might as well just not be there, but I'm gonna keep. Charlotte Tilbury, what a shock. We're going to keep this. This is the Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand, and it is a blush, and it is in the shade Pink Gasm. Such a beautiful blush. Same beautiful formula as the highlighters, but it just gives a nice pinky glow to the skin, so I'm gonna keep. This is the e.l.f. version of it, and this is in the shade Candlelit. I am going to keep this. I do like it. I will say it is not as pigmented as the Charlotte Tilbury, so you do have to build it up quite a bit more, but I do enjoy the formula, so I'm going to keep. I'm going to get rid of this. This is the Ilia little sample size of their cream blush in the shade At Last. It is a multi-stick. I don't get any use out of it. It was a little birthday gift thing, so I'm just going to go ahead and declutter. This one, I'm going to have to declutter, even though I love the shade of it. This is the Wet n Wild Blush Mega Glow thing. The Mega Glow blush from Wet n Wild in the shade Peach Bums. The packaging stinks. It cracked. It dries out really easily because the packaging sucks, so I'm going to have to get rid of this. The formula's not bad. but the packaging sucks. This one also I don't love. This is from Milani. This is the Cheek Kiss blush in the shade, whoa, Pink Flirt. Why can't I see beyond? I can't see very well beyond the ring light, so I'm sorry if I have to pull it back here. But yeah, this is a Declutter. I don't love the formula personally. This one I do really enjoy. This is from Say Beauty, and this is in the shade Peachy. Beautiful formula. All you need is a few dots, and it's pretty pigmented, so love the formula. It's a clean beauty brand at Sephora. Really enjoy that. I'm going to get rid of this. I bought it because I thought that it was going to be as good as the contour stick. It was not. It is the Blush Duo from NYX. I'm going to go ahead and declutter that. Really enjoy the cream blush from MAC. This is the Glow Play blush in shade So Natural. I got this on a discount, and it's worth every penny. I really enjoy the shade. I love the formula. I'm going to keep. I'm going to finally get rid of this little mini NARS Orgasm. I've held on for too long. It's just got to go. But this one is new, and it is from NARS. It is their Afterglow Liquid Blush in the shade Dolce Vita. I got this on my trip to New York City, and I got it from the NARS store. Really love it. It's kind of a souvenir and a makeup item, but I really enjoy the formula so far. It definitely is more sheer than their other blush, their liquid blush, but still really beautiful, really buildable, gorgeous. Gorgeous, healthy glow. I really enjoy the Pixie blushes. I will say I definitely don't get as much of a use out of them anymore, but I still do reach for them occasionally, so I'm going to keep both of those. Actually, I'm going to get rid of the red one. I'm going to keep the pink and get rid of the red. I tend to not reach for the red shade. This one is from Fenty. It is the cream blush in shade Peach Face, and it doesn't look quite as orange in the pan, which I like, but it is a nice warm toned peachy pink on my cheeks, and I really enjoy that, especially in the summer. Lasts all day and it looks beautiful on my skin. Keep. This is a Declutter. This is from Shayna B. Got this in a BoxyCharm, don't really use it. It's in the shade Rosa. I'm gonna find a better home for it. Tower 28 cream blushes. I have two. I have Power Hour, which is the deeper shade, and I have Magic Hour, which is the lighter one. I'm gonna keep Magic Hour and get rid of Power Hour. It's just a little deeper on my skin tone. I'm not really as much of a fan, but I do like the formula. This shade works much better for me in Magic Hour. So I'm gonna keep Magic Hour, declutter Power Hour. This is relatively new to my collection as well. This is from Iconic London. This is their So Cheeky Kissed by the Sun Multi-Use Cheek Glow. Really beautiful on the skin. Definitely a blush, but kind of like a blush lighter situation. I'm gonna keep. Really enjoying that so far. Ooh, this is hard. I really like the combo. I got this in a BoxyCharm. This is from Natasha Denona. This is the Cupid Cheek Duo. I really like both of these, so I think I'm gonna keep. As much as I love this Hello Halo highlighter from Wet n Wild, I think it's time to go. The packaging is broken on this, and I really like Wet n Wild's formula, but their packaging just needs some work. Like, it does not hold up at all. And I use this a lot, so I've opened and closed it a lot, but it should not be going through this much wear and tear for how much I use it. So I'm just gonna, this is the blush lighter. Yeah, I'm just gonna declutter. Ooh, this one, Golden Hour by Melt. It is a cream blush. Beautiful, one of my favorite cream blushes of all time. I'm definitely gonna hit pan on it. It looks so stunning on my skin, and it's just, the formula lasts so long on me, and it's amazing. So keeping that. I got that in the mystery box. Really worth it. Ofra. This is the Snuggle Up Highlighter Duo. I think what I'm gonna do is keep the Samantha March one and get rid of this one. I never reach for it. It's a blush and a highlighter, but I don't reach for it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna swap this one for the Samantha March one, because at least I have the connection to Samantha. So declutter this one. Bare Minerals, I get so much use out of this one. This is the Bounce and Blur Pink Sky. I'm probably going to end up hitting pan on this eventually. Again, you can kind of see the colors that I reach for a lot, but I'm going to keep this. Why is it not focusing? This one also from MAC. This is in Fairly Precious, and it is their Extra Dimension Blush. Again with the shade, you can see what shades I reach for most often, that kind of peachy pink blush, especially with a glow. Such a good formula, so glowy, so healthy looking on the skin, blends beautifully together. Again, a great one for events, so I'm going to keep it. I have a lot of events to go to, so I'm gonna keep that. One from Melt that I don't really particularly love is the Pink Moon highlighter. I also got this in a mystery box, and it's beautiful, but like it doesn't pack as much of a punch. It doesn't serve as much of a purpose in my collection, and the shade is just a little bit off for me. So this one is going to be a declutter. I love this blush. This is a repurchase. I had a mini and then I bought the full size. This is Peachin' by Benefit Cosmetics. Again, the shade, but it's a little bit muted. It's a little bit more muted than the other ones, and it just looks like my natural flush on my skin. I am going to hit pan on this one again, so I'm keeping it. Another one that I absolutely love and reach for a ton is from Bare Minerals, and this is the bronzer in shade Kiss of Pink. Focus, there we go. Kiss of Pink. And such a pretty shade. It is more on the like neutral pink, not peachy, but it does serve as a great like mix between a bronzer and a blush. So I would say I use it more as a blush, but it definitely blends in with the bronzer super, super well. And it has great pigment and it's buildable, and yeah, it's just really pretty and healthy glow. Pixie, I told you I liked Pixie highlighters. This is actually a highlighter, but I use it as a blush. I guess, well, it does call it a blush. So it's a glowy powder, but is a friendly blush. So I guess it's a highlighter in the blush shade, but is the Hello Kitty collaboration. And this one I bought myself. This is really good, and I'm going to be keeping this one. I actually reached for it quite a bit. This one from Hourglass I also reach for a ton. The packaging gets really dirty, but still really good. This is in shade Dim Infusion, again with that peachy pink, but it also has that kind of like airbrush powder, kind of ambient powder feel to it in a blush. And I love to use it to blend my blush into the rest of my face. Also great for that purpose. I'm gonna keep. I think it's time to get rid of this little mini dandelion blush. I haven't used it in a very long time. It's a very like, it's a little bright poppy pink kind of a thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Definitely gonna get rid of the Essence Mosaic blush. It's just time to go. It is not a dupe for that Dior blush. I'm just gonna say that. Whoever said it was is lying to you, because I have the Dior blush. And this is in shade Rosy Glow. They just came out with a bunch of more shades, and it looks super vibrant in the pan, and it is. It's a really vibrant pink blush. Will I spend $44 on the other shades? Probably not, but I really enjoy the formula. It is the most long-lasting blush in my collection. I'm keeping. This one, it is time to go. This is one that I had from high school, but I kept along for, I don't know, forever. This is Gingerly from MAC. Oops. Really beautiful. It's old. It has such a divot in it. It's hard to tell. You can kind of see where the brush just keeps going in. I probably would have hit pan on it if I kept it, but it's time to go. It is seriously old. I got this in high school. I need to get real. Declutter. This one, I am not going to declutter, but I'm probably going to get it out of my drawer because I don't use it on my face, but it is my grandmother's blush from Chanel. It is in the shade Quintessence, and every time I see it, I think of her, and it is a beautiful shade of blush, and she had very similar taste to me in color, apparently, because that's pretty much the color of every single one of my blushes, but it has sentimental value to me. I'm keeping. This one came in one of the Sephora favorite kits, but I don't love the formula so far. This is the Lip and Cheek color from Rose Inc. in the shade Delphine. The shade is fine. It's a little sticky, like on the face, and not my favorite formula, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that. I really like this, but I like the blush more than the highlighter. This is the Diamond and Glow from Natasha Denona. I am keeping this only because of this blush right here. The Diamond Glow, I have the Fenty one. I don't need this one, but that pink glowy blush is the reason this is staying. It is so bright, so vibrant, and so glowy. And it's such a cute little compact to bring traveling. Another Tom Ford item that I'm gonna be decluttering. I don't vibe with them, I don't know why. This is the Sheer Cheek Duo from Tom Ford. I got this on a discount again because got into the hype for some reason. The blush color's fine. It's just not pigmented enough for me. It just doesn't have enough oomph for the price. So Declutter. Luminoso from Milani. Such a cult favorite blush, and I can see why. It definitely has that peachy pink color that I love so much, and I love the baked formula. I'm keeping. Another one that this one kind of came out of nowhere. I got this at Walmart, and I use this a lot, almost every day. And it barely looks like it's been touched. This is Found Beauty Baked Illuminating Blush in the shade Pink Glow. And it still has that like baked formula, kind of like the Luminoso, but you gotta be careful. It's pretty pigmented. If you put too much on, it's kind of easy to do. So just go with a light hand, but it's super healthy glow, kind of natural makeup meets, if I amp it up, like if I keep build it up a little bit, it's glam. So keeping. This one, no doubt, is going to be staying in my collection. I love this blush. This is the Cheek to Chic Swish and Glow blush from Charlotte Tilbury. And I really enjoy this formula. If you've watched any of my declutters in the past, you will know this is one of my favorites. So this is in Pillow Talk, and I'm keeping. All right, let's bring these cream ones up front. This one is from ColourPop. I do not have any other Super Shock blushes, so I'm gonna keep this one even though it's not my 100% favorite, but I want to test it out a little bit more to see if maybe I was just using it wrong. So I'm gonna keep that. And, ooh, so that was the matte one. I think actually I'm gonna keep the glowy one instead. I like the glowy one. I'm gonna keep, what shade is this? Drop of a Hat. I'm going to keep the glowy one, Drop of a Hat, and I'm going to declutter the other one, shade Count Me In. These e.l.f. Putty freaking blushes. I have 3 shades. I actually used to have more, but then I decluttered some. So I have the Putty blush in the shade Turks and Caicos is this peachy one. That's 1000% keeping. You know me in that shade. Keep. I have the luminous one in the shade Maui. Beautiful neutral pinky shade, and I really do enjoy that luminous formula. I've used this one and it looks so gross, and I'm almost through with it. I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it because it's really old. It was my first one, and this is in the shade Bora Bora. Even the packaging's different. It was harder to find the shade name, so yeah, this is old. I'm gonna declutter. I have 3 from Merit Beauty, and I really like all 3 of them for different reasons. They kind of look the same when you have them like this. You have like a cooler tone, a warmer tone, and more of a like neutrally bronzy brown kind of a blush. And these are their cheek colors. They are like a light wash of color. If I'm having a no makeup kind of a day, which involves makeup, because I never leave the house without makeup, but if I'm doing a natural look, I'm always reaching for these. So I'm going to keep all 3. I also got those in PR from Merit Beauty. This is the NARS Liquid Blush in the shade Orgasm. 1000% keeping. As a makeup artist, like this is perfect. It has a dropper, like a pump. And so it's really hygienic, really pigmented, and has a beautiful glow. I'm keeping. That will last all day on your cheeks. This one, it is Time to Go. This is from Jouer, and it is their Rose Gold Blush Duo. And it is pretty broken on one side. I used it a lot, but it is time to go. Ooh, this is hard. The Bloom Blush and Glow Natasha Denona Face Palette. What do I want to do with that? I don't use the cream blushes, but I do like the glowy blushes at the bottom. I'm going to keep it for now, because that peachy glowy blush is amazing for me. Gold Rush, I'm going to go ahead and declutter from Benefit, because peachin', it can never be peachin', okay? I got to get rid of it. Declutter. This one I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of. I never thought I would, but it is the Kaleidos Lo-Fi Duo Blusher. I just don't reach for it anymore. It's a good formula. I just don't reach for it. And this one is kind of like a duochrome blush, which is really unique, but it's just not something I'm reaching for anymore. So I'm going to declutter it. This one I'm never getting rid of. This is the Pat McGrath Blush and Highlight Palette in Divine Blush and Glow Trio in Galactic Sun. The packaging is stunning. The formulas are absolutely amazing. The blushes last all day, and the highlighter is gorgeous. So yeah, this is going to stay. I think it is time that I can get rid of this. I really enjoyed it when I had it. And I actually used it a lot, even though it doesn't look like I did. This is the Wet n Wild Pac-Man collaboration, again with Wet n Wild. My beef with them is the packaging. I know that it makes it cheaper. I get it. But when the packaging starts breaking and chipping and looking all weird, it removes that luxury feeling I like from makeup. Even if I go to the drugstore, I want it to have an experience. It just doesn't. But the formulas are pretty good. They're all pretty much in the middle. They're like light to medium. I don't know if it'll show up on deeper skin tones, but I liked it while I had it, but it's time to go. And last but not least for blushes, this is the Online Makeup Academy Pro Line Blush Palette, and I'm keeping this. It is perfect if I want to do makeup on other people, and the shades work for every skin tone. So I really enjoy the formula. It's very pigmented, so I love it. I'm keeping it. And that is that for that drawer. I moved through that much faster than I thought, but I'm losing memory on my phone, and I record all my videos and edit on my phone. So I think that is it for tonight's video. I just was able to get through blushes and highlights. Here are the empty drawers. It is so weird seeing them empty. I'm gonna go ahead and reorganize and put what I want back, and then I'll show you the declutters. So be right back. All right, this is everything put back into one drawer. So I have my blushes and my highlighters in all of this. So I do have my cream blushes back here, some cream highlights up here, a little bit of the overflow highlights here, my glowy blushes on this side with a couple of my most used highlights, and my blushes on this side that are powder. Got my 2 liquid blushes that I reach for a ton on this side, and my palettes all in the back, along with the giant Catrice highlighter that will not fit up here. I know that it's there because I really enjoy that formula. You can kind of see more back there. I can still see in the drawer, which is good. I don't want anything to get lost, but it definitely makes it easier for me to find things. And I do still have one empty drawer that I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with it yet. I think it's gonna be more skincare and my brushes and things that I just wanna get off my vanity. Is the declutter pile. I think I did pretty good. But thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe. Let me know what you'd want to see in the next declutter. I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.